pitch from the left side. He's correct about that. He's very correct about that. And girls, watching some of the swings that were on these videos here, I tell you, to be perfectly honest with you, I'd love to have some of those swings on our teams too, because some of those swings were just picture perfect. They really were. And that's a tribute to these fine men who are coaching you guys each and every day. First of all, Chad, thanks for asking me to speak to the girls today. I'm truly honored to do that. Baseball is my profession. That's what I do each and every day. And baseball is my profession, and I don't claim to know everything about softball. But what I do know about softball is I also have a true passion for softball, because softball is what allowed me to have the family that I have today. Because way back before you guys were even thought of, in 1995, my wife was fortunate enough to play softball at UL, and that's how we met. Way back then. Way back then, my wife Joni. And so, because of that, I got to love the game of softball. I really did. And I enjoyed watching you guys play tremendously. I really love the game. I think it's a great game. So, while I don't tend to know or claim to know everything there is to know about the game of softball, I do know a lot about what it takes to win and about what it is to be a good teammate. I really do know a lot about that, because that's the main thing that I try to do every day, and I know that your coaches try to get across to you guys every day as well. Again, we're honored to be in this organization because I know that these three men are in it for the right reasons. And that's one, to teach you guys the game of softball, but also to teach you the things that you're going to need as you get older. And I always enjoy talking to young people your age, because when you talk to the real little ones, that's fun also. But you spend most of your time telling them, hey, try to focus, try to pay attention, look up here. But speaking to guys and girls your age, you girls are old enough to understand and are getting to that age where there's a lot of important things in your lives that you can control and that you can take care of right now, that's going to help you within the next few years. You girls are getting very, very close to high school. After high school comes college, and obviously after college comes where we are all in, which is the rest of our lives, and having families and all of that. So you girls are old enough to understand a few harsh things. And when I say harsh things, don't get nervous. I'm not going to have any type of debatable speech. But what I mean by that is, you girls are old enough to understand things that you should be doing that's going to allow you to be successful, both as a team and as you get older, as you move on. All right. Having physical ability and skill to play this game is very, very important. Very, very important. Without that, none of you would be on this team. Without that, none of you at this age would be playing softball. That's very, very important. You have to have that. But what you have to have, in my opinion, more so than that, is you have to bring something to your team each and every day. Each and every day. And when I say bring something, it doesn't necessarily mean the game-winning hit, or the game-winning pitch, or the game-winning play. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is your attitude towards the game, your attitude towards your coaches, your attitude towards your parents. What I'm also talking about is the effort that you bring each day. You guys are so fortunate and blessed to be playing this game, one, and to be playing on this team. It is not your right to be on this team. It's not a right to be on this team. It is a privilege for you to be on this team. And I hope and pray that each one of you understand that. because I don't know for 100% certainty, but I can pretty much guarantee you that not one of you ladies here took a single dime out of your piggy banks at home to play on this team. I can pretty much guarantee you that. It is a privilege that you guys get to play on a team like this. So it needs to be treated as such, first and foremost. So going back to attitude and effort and energy, those are things that we can all control. We can control those things each and every day. We can control what kind of teammate we're going to be. We can control if we're going to play the game for each other. And I'll tell you, when you play the game for the girl on the side of you, it becomes so much fun. It becomes so much fun. When you want to drive in that run for the girls in the dugout and not for yourself, that's when you become a great team. That's when things get really fun. Because as you play for each other, you guys form a bond. You've already formed a bond. We see that through these videos. We see that, the way you guys interact each and every day. You formed a bond. But when you truly love one another, when you truly play for each other, that's when things get really, really fun. And going back to being able to bring something every day, you don't have to be the quote-unquote hero of the game on a particular day to have brought something. Everybody can bring something. From the girls that are playing in a particular game to the girls that are not playing in a particular game. It's unfortunate that everyone can't play every day. That's the nature of sports. All right? Someone at some time is not going to be able to play. But there's still something that you can do even though you're not playing that day. There's something that you can bring to help your team win each and every day. From the dugout, you can pick up on certain things that the other team is doing, certain tendencies. All right? And I know you guys are kind of in the tweener stage of still really playing the game for fun and learning the game to really, really, really playing it competitively. You girls are playing it competitively, but in a couple years it'll start to become more and more, and it's kind of unfortunate, in my opinion, but more of a business. You guys are kind of in that tweener stage, so you're old enough to be able to pick things up that the other team is doing, that you could possibly go over to Coach Chad, Coach Lance, Coach Kenneth, and say, hey, look, I noticed this, in this situation, they always throw this pitch, or they always run this play when they have runners at first and third, which could possibly alert them to put on a certain play, help you guys score a run, and possibly win a ball game. So even though you're not out there on the field, or in the batter's box, or in the circle, there's always something that you can bring each and every day. Each and every day. There's always something that you can bring. And when you do that, everyone has a positive attitude, all right? It makes the whole game fun because, hey, trust me, I know sitting in the dugout and not playing, every day is not fun. I know that. I was one of those players in college. I didn't get to play every day. I could catch, I could throw, and I could punt. Those were my fortes. I wasn't that good of a hitter. I understood it, but I couldn't really do it that well. So I was on the bench a lot. I played every day. But I only played in the last couple of innings as a defensive replacement because I could really catch and I could really throw. So I had to do something during the game to help my team win for those first 6 to 7 innings that I wasn't in the game. So that was my job as a player, to pick up on something, make sure I stayed in the game so that when I did get in the game, I could produce and help my team win. So there's always something that you can do, all right? Please, 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 I haven't been to every tournament, I haven't been to every game because of other responsibilities that I have. But in the ones that I have been to, I truly see a team that's together. I truly see a parent base that's together. I truly see a coaching staff that's together, and that's fun. I think all of us in this room agree that that's fun. When you have a group of people all working towards the same goal, it's really, really fun. And it's not important, girls, I'm telling you, it's not important that you strive to be the best person, the best player on the team. That's not important. It's not important at all. What you should strive for is to be the best teammate that you can be. To hustle on and off the field as hard as you can each and every day. If you do everything right each and every day that the game asks you to do, the game will pay you back. It has to, and it will. I promise you. If you do everything right, you do a little right each day, you hustle on and off that field, you're yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am, you respect these coaches, you respect your parents, you respect everything around you, the game and life will pay you back. It really will. Because it's not important, again, it's not important to be the best person on the team. A lot of times you can take the best player off of a team and get better. You can take the best player off of a team and get better a lot of times. We call that addition by subtraction. But if you take the best person off the team won't be as good. Because you're losing energy. You're losing positive energy. It's tough enough to play this game. It's tough to play. But if you're playing this game and any of you are putting down what one of your teammates is doing or genuinely not pulling for them, it takes energy away from them. And it makes them underperform. You can overachieve if you all have energy, positive energy, because it's hot out there. You girls know that it's hot. It gets tiring at the end of the day, at the end of the game. You play two games a day, 3 games a day. It gets tiring. All you guys need each other's positive energy to collectively get things done. And lastly, you know, as you move on, as I said, you girls are getting about to get into high school, and some of you 2 years, some of you 3 years. Things are going to get a lot more difficult for you girls. A lot more difficult. Not just softball, but decisions that you have to make in life. It's going to get a lot tougher. Trust me. You girls don't understand it right now, but it's going to get a lot tougher for you. Stay on track. Stay on track with what the good Lord up above wants you to do. You girls all know what His plan is. All right? You can read the Bible cover to cover, and not one time in there does it mention the word softball. Not one time. Nor does it mention baseball. It doesn't say what kind of softball player you have to be. But it truly spells out what type of person you need to be. When you ladies go to church and the preacher or the priest gives his sermon, has any one of his sermons ever been about how to be a softball player? Ever? No, right? All of the sermons are about how we should live our lives, you know, and the plan that God has for us. Work that plan. Work that plan. Stay together, love each other, respect your coaches as I know you do, and respect each other. Have fun this weekend. Have fun this week. Hopefully the weather will cooperate. We can play some softball, because that's what we all came here for, and what we all want to watch and see. So hopefully the weather cooperates. But have fun. Play for each other. Love each other. And let's get this done. All right? Anybody have any questions? I can't teach you how to slide. I can't. I can do what Coach Lance does. I can give a Coach Lance. I can do the size of the cross.
Hey, good speech. Good speech. Job well done right there.
Anybody got any questions?